Okay, so I think we're ready to begin today's Spec Talk. We appreciate everybody that is able to join us today, Wednesday, July 24th. So hope everybody's having a nice warm summer day out there today. We are going to go ahead and get started. We do have an opportunity for questions and answers, so please feel free to kind of key those into the questions field as you get started, or as we get started with the Spec Talk, and we're happy to take all and any questions. Please challenge us too. So we want those challenges, and we want the opportunity to kind of discuss with you more about your workflows and your goals, and see what we can do to help here at SpecLink. So before we get started, just a quick introduction about the panelists. We've got myself, Alex Bear. I'm a strategic account executive at RIB SpecLink. I've been working with architects and engineers for the past 15 years to help them maximize the efficiencies and best automate their specification workflows, save time, money, improve accuracy, coordination of their specifications. We've also got Dory Azar. He's a licensed architect and strategic account executive here at RIB SpecLink, and he joins us from Canada today. And then likewise, we have Holly Jordan. She is out of Houston, Texas, and she works for Jordan Consultants, which is a leading consulting firm for specification writing. She does a lot of specification writing for many clients, owners, architects that are looking to standardize their specifications, develop office masters to maximize their efficiencies.
Dallas, man, Dallas. I'm in Dallas.
Absolutely. Oh, Dallas. Sorry. Well, she hops between Houston and Dallas, so
that's right.
that is my bad. I'll fall on that. So, but a little bit about our company, just as a quick introduction. Our company is RIB. We are a revolution in buildings. We're software technology fit for purpose for the AEC industry. So we are a global organization. We have software companies around the world that are dedicated to architecture and engineering and design. Our company specifically is RIB SpecLink. We are located here in Atlanta, Georgia. We've been around for about 60 years, and we have about 12 years of experience under Schneider Electric. So Schneider Electric is the owner of RIB International. Now, with our end users, just a quick little bit of clarity. So we work mainly with architecture and engineering firms that are looking to standardize, automate their specifications, improve their workflow and collaboration. But we do also work with building owners. You can see a few here on screen for New York City Housing Authority, Mitsubishi, so all kinds of different organizations, private, commercial. We work with a lot of K through 12, higher ed, healthcare organizations as well that are looking to develop guide specifications. Today, what we're really going to be focusing on is the importance of collaboration. And before we get into the specifics with our industry experts here, I just wanted to kind of come to the drawing board and kind of re-emphasize these are the actual 5 types of common dispute strategies or styles that are used. And what this chart is showing us is that from the importance of low to high on the importance of achieving a goal and the importance of the relationship. If we were to start at the very bottom left here, if it's low importance of achieving a goal, if it's a low importance of a relationship, that's typically the avoiding style. So this is where one or both parties seek to suppress the conflict. Now, as the importance of the relationship grows, but the importance of achieving a goal is still low, we're looking at a style that's called accommodating. This is where one party yields to the win to the other party to accommodate their needs. Now here kind of in the middle, we've got the style of compromise. This is kind of where both parties win. They also give up something. So there's something that is, you know, good, but there's something that's maybe lost as well through that partnership. Now, as the importance of achieving a goal is high, but the importance of the relationship is low, that's more of a competing style. So this is where the relationship doesn't matter, the goal does. One party seeks to satisfy interest regardless of impact to the other party. Now, the only true level or style for disputing or resolving a conflict or dispute is collaborating. So this is going to be a situation where the importance of achieving a goal is very high, and the importance of the relationship is high. So, and you think about the world of architecture engineering, especially as you have better, you know, larger owners that are looking to do a lot of repeat work, whether again that's healthcare systems or education based work. It's very important to have good collaboration so that you know what's going on. You have an idea of what the owner needs. You have an idea of what their design aspects are that they're looking to, what the design standards are looking to incorporate into the project. And the goal is big. Maybe the stakes are big. Maybe it's a very, very large project, multi-million dollar project. So the stakes are high. We want to make sure that we get things right. And so this is going to be the nature of today's SpecTalk, is really talking about collaborating, and also how SpecLink can leverage and provide you tools that help you to better collaborate through the design process, so you do get consensus at an early phase with the different stakeholders. We're making sure that the costs stay low. When we're just in the world of documentation at the beginning, I mean, that's easy to change out something if we know what, having everybody at the same, drawing board to make these decisions. As we get further into design and then in construction, and that's when your RFIs, your change orders occur, costs are going to go way up, the projects get extended, tenants aren't happy, the owner isn't happy. So all of this can be really resolved by good collaboration. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and actually turn the mic over to Dory, and he has got some additional points to bring to the table when it comes to collaborating. I think he's got some questions to ask Holly as well around this subject too.
Oh, I've got tons of questions for Holly. This is very much a hot seat situation, and we are going to lean into her good and make sure she earns her keep today.
You can try, man. Go ahead.
How you doing, Holly?
I'm good. I'm ready for you. Let's do it.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right. Here we go. So I thought let's ease you in a little bit here today, and I'm wondering, in the spirit of collaboration today, can you share with us a story about a time where collaboration on a project, not your projects because they never go sideways, but a scenario or a story that you've heard where a bad or uncoordinated specification led to some very undesirable outcome?
I know of a project where an email went out that was not caught about putting the sealant in between the butt glazing on some conference rooms. Okay, and the specification did not have the sealant, and the email was not caught, and so it was constructed that way, and it was quite a bit of money because we had a very unhappy client at that point because you could hear everything that happened in the conference room. If you have a good collaboration, these issues don't happen. This cost the owner and the contractor a lot of money because of the situation that could have been avoided if the specs had been reviewed in the cloud and everyone could see what was going on, rather than emails. You can sit here and in 5 minutes you're going to get 100 emails. Okay, emails get missed, but when there is documentation in the spec, the collaboration, that works better. So how's that? Is that good for you?
That's a pretty good answer. Pretty good. I was expecting some large catastrophic.
It was a couple $100,000.
Okay, that's you know what, I will move that from the category I had it in to the catastrophic category, because that's where it belongs. So we're obviously here to talk about specifications, but more specifically how they tie in with SpecLink, which is what we're here talking about. Can you tell us, from the time you transitioned into SpecLink, what are some of the best uses of the collaboration tools that you find in your day-to-day practice?
Well, I think if you're using a Word-based document, you can't talk in the cloud. So you're going to have to use email or another solution. To me, having the collaboration right there in the document, I mean, it just works so much better. Everybody can see what's going on. Everybody can talk back and forth. You can document. I'm kind of getting into answering your future questions probably, but I just feel like when you have the actual spec that you're actually writing and editing, and you can collaborate right there in the document, as opposed to having, okay, you have a spec and then you have a separate document or a separate platform that you're using, it's like two different things, and having everything in the same place and one, it just makes things so much easier, so much better.
Do you ever make use of the report generation from SpecLink? So if somebody's gone in and left, I don't know, 10 comments to collaborate with something, are you making use of the reports, or do you just kind of scroll through? This is more of a user question now on how you specifically use SpecLink.
Well,
you just kind of scroll through and sort of visually look for where comments have been made, or if it gets out of hand, not out of hand, but sometimes they get to be.
Well, I look at the comments. The reports, the purpose of the reports is to make sure that when our teammates come back and ask, so hey, on the screen it says my name is Holly Jordan, but really my name is Holly. Did you put that in the spec? Or Holly, did you catch this? Right? So when you use the report, use the platform like it's supposed to be used with the commenting and everything, and then you resolve the comments, you can print a report, and it gives our design professionals and our teammates some comfort in that they can go back and they can see what they asked for and what your response was, and that you actually did it. So I use it all the time, and I encourage our teammates to use it as well.
Yeah, there's sort of this parallel perk to it of accountability, right? It's not just getting things done, but it's a great training tool. If you've got some junior staff that are trying to figure things out, it's a great way for them to ask 5 questions and not interrupt the head spec writer every 2 seconds, or a way to keep track and maybe have a senior person walk through with them to answer those questions at a later time. So it's really, I don't know, I found it really neat for that. And what we're seeing here on the screen is Alex demonstrating the reporting export for us. So I missed his first few clicks, but he is doing a comments report of the entire project, it looks like. So Alex, if you're going to continue with that export, that'd be really cool to see what our options are, because that's going to export to, the option here is Excel only, correct?
Correct. So yeah, we'll go to an Excel format, and that way it's collaborative. You're able to sort by information. For instance, if it's a draft statement, what's the statement? Is it assigned to somebody? You can identify, for instance, is it what's the status of it? Is it a priority? Is it a high priority, low priority? Who? Also, what has it been resolved? Is it so different things like that you can sort, and you can best understand at a high level, what's going on, what are the pending things that need to be taken a look at.
Okay, so on this, with this still on the screen, Alex, let's keep this up for a second. What are the extents of the collaboration? So for example, who is allowed to make comments? Who needs a SpecLink license or seat to make a comment? Can anybody just view and does an owner need a license, or can they just view it remotely? What are the requirements to make a contribution to a SpecLink?
This is a great question. Great question. So I answer this question. Am I allowed to answer this one, or did you want to answer, Alex?
Go right for
it. So I get this question. I get this question a lot. Okay. So in order to, anyone can collaborate. So anyone can view and comment as long as they've been invited to the project. Now, in order to edit, you must have a SpecLink license. Okay, you must have a seat in order to edit. But the way that I use this, so for collaboration, you can invite the contractor, you can invite the owner, you can invite I like to invite my manufacturer reps to review my master and my project. So you can invite anyone to collaborate on the project. So you send there, and they'll receive a notification that they've been invited. Now you can also, even if somebody has edit access, you can also change their permissions for them to just comment on a project as well. So I think it's really great that you You don't have to have a SpecLink license, although we encourage it, right? You don't have to, but anyone can view and comment. They just need to be invited.
So let me, and I think I know the answer to this, but I'll set it up for you. So the guy who's consulting us on our door hardware gets access to the entire specification, or can we just give him a section or division to focus on without giving him access to the rest of the document?
So you can give access to the entire project, to a division, to individual sections.
Okay.
So you can give whatever access you like. So one of the things that I've gotten a lot of great feedback on is my interior design friends, my interior friends. Okay, they really don't want to look at the waterproofing specs. Okay, it's just too much. So I can give them access. I can choose, click a button and pick and choose exactly what they can see, exactly what they want to see. Okay, so you can select by division, you can select by individual sections, you can select by active sections only, or you can do the entire project. And that means the sections you've chosen and the sections that you've not chosen. Don't recommend that. But anyway, we've gotten great feedback from people about being able to assign certain sections instead of the whole book.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a ton of sense too, right? Because we don't need a random incorrect click somewhere or something like that. Holly did mention interior designers. So if we do have any interior designers on, leave us a note in the questions, because I want to make sure. I mean, Holly said nobody wants access to the waterproofing spec, but Holly, are you perfect?
No.
Okay, so I want to hear from the interior designers who's here, because you get a say too. So
maybe they do want to see the waterproofing spec. I don't know. But
who were we to tell them what they can and can't do, Holly?
Right.
I'm not doing
whatever,
it.
whatever floats your boat. But I like to use it for manufacturers so they can review. I will tell you that I had someone review our master traffic coding spec. Ouch, he thrashed me, 38 comments, but it was very beneficial. So we used it to see what his comments and what the suggested changes were. And then we had a meeting and we went over the comments and resolved all our comments. So.
Okay, we've got a question here. Let's jump in and take a question from Marjorie. And Marjorie is asking, the font is extremely small on my screen, so bear with me for a second. We've had issues where collaborators get erroneous messages that the project has been archived and we have to re-invite them. What is the expiration date for an invitation, and is it dependent on whether they've been active, or is there a way we can set this to be longer, as long as 2 to 3 years, so we wouldn't need to keep reinviting them? That's a fantastic question. Marjorie, if I had stickers or ribbons, I'd give you one right now. That's a really good question. Expiration dates on invitations.
I don't think, I was under the impression that there is not an expiration date on an invitation. Now, if a project is, if you're invited to a project and the project is archived, then you may not have access. But as long as the project is still active, it's my understanding that you will always have access. And that's the thing that I like about when I share a project with a manufacturer rep. So when I share, they'll have access until we take the access away, and they don't have to chase me down. That poor Hilti rep, he has to chase me down all the time. Okay, so they can go in 6 months from now and but if the section, I think if there's like sections change, or if you remove a section and replace it with another section and you've invited someone to that section, it's possible that you may have to re-invite them.
Yeah,
so that
Marjorie
may
is saying,
be what the situation is. I'm not sure.
That's a really good point, Holly. Marjorie's saying that these are still active projects, but I do hear what Holly's saying is that if only a section was added and something changed in that section, or was deactivated then reactivated, maybe there's some sort of conversation that was interrupted there and has to be reinvited.
But we should follow up on that, because that was a great question, and I'd like to follow up on that, because it's my understanding that once you're invited, unless it's archived or the section is taken away. You should not have that problem.
Let's lead into the next question because these are really good questions today. We've got a question here that says, our masters have comments in it. So right out of the gate, the master is going to have comments. When the master is copied and made into another project, do the comments transfer?
Only if you say so. So you have the choice. There's a drop-down menu once you create your master, and Alex is going through that.
Mm-hmm.
He's going. Pick.
Alex can do anything. Just give him a second. He's going to watch this.
Right there. Okay. So it says do not copy. You can copy all comments or you can copy active comments. So for our master, we don't need all of our, back and forth from our interior team. But if you want to copy the comments, some or all, you can. That was a great question.
An active comment, Holly, means pending for review?
Yes.
Okay.
Holly, what comments do you bring over when you start a project? What are some example, because we talk about them as a collaboration tool, as sort of something that, hey, this needs to be changed or this needs to be done, but right out of the gates.
Now, we're talking about copying comments from a master. I guess you could do that from a project too. You could copy the comments in a project, right? Just for some lessons learned. But in my opinion, why, when you can, like you showed earlier, you can print out the comment log. So I mean, typically, if there's always been a problem, I mean, first off, change your master, change your project. But I mean, I don't typically copy the comments. If it's a comment or an instruction that we feel is going to happen all the time, then I put it in as a specifier note, as an instruction. So if it's if you're using your comments for instructions and that keeps happening a lot, I would say probably put that as a note instead of the comments. But there's never any wrong way to do anything. It's a personal preference, and if you like to do it that way, then do it that way. There's no wrong way. There's always more than one way to do something.
Okay, excellent. That's a really good answer, Holly. The viewer questions are starting to trickle in faster, so let's jump to David's question here. David is asking, can you share how we invite someone to review or collaborate? Alex, would you mind walking us?
And later, if you email me, I created a cheat sheet and I'll send it to you.
Holly, you didn't.
I did. Yeah, I'm on fire this week. I was ready for you, man.
Where does your overachieving end? There's no limits to it? Okay.
Well, they gave us personality tests at my previous job, and apparently I'm very, very competitive and I like to do stuff.
Okay, well, they didn't give me that in the show notes, but okay, all right, I'll keep an eye on that. So just to back up again, Alex, David was asking, can you share how we invite someone to review or collaborate?
Absolutely. So within, whether it's a master, because it could be a master, it could be you wanting to have some input from somebody on the owner side, maybe somebody from the facilities team, right? They need to give me some feedback on what's working in the field, what isn't, or project, of course, where I want to be able to know, like Holly said, I need to reach out to Hilti Rep and ask them, is this actually a good fit for my project? I need to send something to the interior designer. Will this make sense? All kinds of different scenarios. So basically, no matter what, you just take that project or office master, and you're going to come over here to the very far right next to these three dots adjacent to the project file. And you'll just come over here and choose share. And when I choose that option, I'll have the ability to type in their specific email address. Again, I can choose to give them jurisdiction to either the full project, just particular active sections or specific divisions, individual sections. Okay, and then you'll be able to come in here and you can choose whether they have the ability to view or view and comment. Now, typically, view and comment is going to be the play. Now, if they are a user of SpecLink and you're working, you're an engineer, you're working with an architect, they have SpecLink, you can send them the access to co-edit. But either way, this is the workflow for setting that up. They'll receive a quick email in their inbox, and that email will give them a quick hyperlink that will take them directly to that project, which will be located in the shared with me folder. So that's going to be exclusive for you and those contributors that you've invited to that particular project.
His mouth is moving, but we don't hear anything.
Oh no.
Oh, that's I think that would have been my mom's favorite feature when I was growing up. Is just let him move his lips, but nothing comes out. The next question we're going to take is from Dawn, and Dawn is setting up as a cheerleader almost. Did you already talk about the really cool, useful notification feature?
Not yet, but it's amazing. That's pretty new. I love it.
You just made Holly sing.
Yeah.
Don't ever do that again. No, just kidding. Alex, is that something you can demonstrate for us?
I can. I don't know if you can hear me, but I can show it.
We can hear you.
Yeah. It's just
okay.
me that they want to mute for some reason.
Cut me out for that piece. I guess someone didn't like, what I had to say. But yeah. So I should be worried about that. So basically, yeah, with the commenting, you have the ability to assign a particular comment to a particular person, and then you can go ahead and type in your comment here. And basically what will happen is two things. First, they will actually receive an email inside of their inbox that actually says, hey, you've received a comment. It's this part of the spec, it's this is the comment, this is who the comment came from. You can actually click on the link, it'll take you directly to the section that you can go ahead and review that. Now with that being said, that may be a little bit of overkill for some. Maybe that's exactly what you want depending on your client or whoever you're working with, but you can turn on or turn off that email feature. Either way, when the user comes into the system, they will receive a actual notification now. So it'll tell them what's the activity, what's the comments that have been assigned to me, and I can go ahead and just click on those. It'll take me directly to that project and to that specific comment. So you've got a direct route that kind of pieces together those people and those communication strings.
And I created a cheat sheet that will show you exactly what that email looks like. Just send me an email and I will send it to you.
I think everybody needs to get this cheat sheet because I haven't known Holly that long, but I've never seen her this proud. So this must be one amazing cheat sheet.
Well, based on all of the questions that I get, I want to know what it looks like when I get it and what to do with it. So I've been doing a little training for some people, and so creating a cheat sheet and then sending them back to the RIB site to look at the videos and things. I think it's really helpful. So
let's turn this into an infomercial. What do you charge for this cheat sheet?
Well, I wasn't going to charge anything.
I'm just saying, come up with, say it's like $99.99, but today it's like a one day only, you get it for free.
Yeah.
Trying to make you look like a good Samaritan here. SpecLink users are fantastic because Ben asked a question and 60 seconds later answered his own question. So gotta love those scenarios. Daryl's asking, says, I'm new to SpecLink. We've been using Masterworks from your competition. Would the editor's notes be the comments you were referring to?
So those would be similar to the inline notes. So you have your comments. Those are the ones that you can see out there on the side, Alex's screen there. But you can also do specifier notes. And I'm a rogue, and I do my specifier notes a little bit differently than what comes with the software out of the box. So if you see that little orange page there, Alex, can you hover over the orange page? That's a note. Okay, so you can do your notes in the notes pane. But those people who are used to using maybe a different platform or who are used to seeing the notes right in their face, I create my notes inline. Okay, so I create the notes as a non-selectable, non-printing note so that you can see it right there in the body of the document. And that's a personal preference. So I like my specifier notes right there in my face. And I use my notes pane a little bit differently in that case. So the way that I do is I put my notes inline in the body of the document, and then I use my notes pane for links and pictures and more explanation that I don't want in the body of the document. But that's just my personal preference.
We may have to back this up just a second because I see Alex demonstrating that, and I think that demonstration would go great with some narration as well.
Okay.
Well, I was just sort of narrating to Holly, but yeah, basically, the traditional approach is to add a sort of a note to the specifier within the body of the text. And if you do that, you can mark it as non-selectable in the system, so nobody can monkey with it. You can't turn it on, you can't turn it off. It's not, you don't have to worry about it, printing with the actual technical spec, and you don't have to worry about deleting it out either, which is an issue when you've got, those notes in word processing. So you can do it like that. The other option is to add your own note. Now, you can add, so basically what happens is if you see a little blue user notebook icon here to the left of a paragraph, that means that I've added a user note or note specifier for that particular paragraph, let's say 124. So I can either type in that text and just add in the note to the specifier. But as Holly mentioned, this is really nice though, because you can do a lot of things you can't do in Word. So you can add hyperlinks. I've asked, and people have asked, hey, can I put I want to attach a PDF, to a particular part of this spec for reference point. You can put a quick hyperlink to that PDF as long as it's on a OneDrive or something like that. You can add images that are specific for particular products, things like that. That you just want to note the specifier, remind them, hey, this is what this is. You can add lists, you can add titles. So you can use this for the basic sort of note to specifier, or you can put that basic note in the body of the text. But this is going to be really cool as far as adding, things that you just simply can't do in word processing, images, links, things like that.
So Alex, let me ask you a quick clarification question. When you, if you can go back to the SpecLink interface for just a sec.
Sure.
No problem. The line that you added with the gray dots in the background, you added under the report column that it's NS, not selectable.
Right.
Is that what puts the gray dots in there? And so it does two things. It makes it non-printable and non-selectable. Like that's
correct.
Both those things come from that one click.
Okay. So one thing I want to point out, Alex, just a second, on line 123, you're going to bold it, but go ahead and activate that section.
Okay.
Activate line 123. Okay. Now put the not selectable tag in there. Okay, so see the difference between activating it and then making it non-selectable is that it jumps out in bold. So it shows better. If you don't activate it before you make it non-selectable, then it stays gray in the background and it doesn't jump in your face like I like.
Oh, and then you can just get obnoxious with. You can make that font bigger, bolder, bright red, right?
Not red, but bigger.
Okay.
No, it stays with the one important thing to note here, okay, is when you put a note in line, it needs to be with its friends. So it needs to be on the same level of what you're talking about. So if you look at line 123, if it's talking about line 124, it needs to be on the same level, because if it's on the article title level, it messed it up. Okay, so just keep in mind that when you put an inline note, it needs to be on the level of the note that is after it. Otherwise, it will mess up your formatting. I learned that the hard way.
All right, so I'm going to jump around just for a second here because there's a few similar questions coming in about Holly's cheat sheet at the end. At the end of the presentation, there will be a final slide that has contact information on it, and some of that contact information will be Holly's email address. So you'll be able to get that there, email her, let her know what a great job she did. I have a comment here that says, Holly is on fire. Love it. and it's signed Holly's husband. So they're you know, I'm just joking, Holly. That's not what
No, I can hear him. He's on the phone in there. He's not paying attention.
Okay, I got to do better homework then. So okay, so I will check that cloud version I bought, but I do not have that button. That was from David, who asked the earlier question about the review or collaborate. So I wonder if that's referencing the three dots on the right hand side there to add a collaborator. Maybe David can elaborate on that for us. Steve is asking, once someone is a collaborator on a project, can you just add them to another project, or do you have to invite each time?
You have to invite them to each project.
Okay.
But they're already in the system, so when you start typing their name, they'll pop up.
So it's a 2-second thing. It's not, okay, all right. Next question is from Tara or Tara. I'm not sure how we're gonna, what the preferred pronunciation is. I may have missed this being said. Can anyone view comment on the specs without a license?
Yeah.
So yes, the short answer is yes. They're just given access by the main controller of that file. Emily is asking, is there, I haven't heard this question before. So is there a way to edit comments? Is there a way to edit comments per day versus per comment?
Ooh, I don't know. That's a good
So
question.
If
Let's
I
tell
understand the
SpecLink to
question,
do
it's
that
like,
for us.
like like Emily wants to see all the comments that came in on Tuesday, for example. Would that be
Well,
maybe
the
with exporting them
report,
to Excel and then sorting them?
Yeah, I think so.
So
Yep.
Emily, I think there's a way. Alex, is that something you can demonstrate for us quick?
It is. Yeah, I think we're able to learn with Emily on this one. So let's see. I have to go recreate the report.
And I'm asking if Alex can do it. I know he can do it. The guy can do anything. I'm just trying to be courteous and set Alex up.
That was a good question. I like that.
He's got the opportunity to tell me to go.
Right. Let's see here.
Are they by date?
Yep, there we go. So comment date.
Yep.
Time. And you can filter
Emily,
by.
drop me another note in the comments and let me know if that answered the question you were asking, because that's how I read it. That's how I understood it. But if I missed something there, by all means, let me know.
He can turn off and just show the one. Oh, I never thought about doing that. Emily, awesome.
That's right. So it's all about collaborations.
Yes.
I absolutely love the synergy when everybody learns, right? This is so great.
Yeah.
We've got another question here that is coming in from Brent. And Brent is asking, how do you delete the notification from a comment that has been deleted? Still have the notification in the bell icon, but the comment was deleted. I can send to support if too involved for this discussion.
You know, I haven't tried that because I like to keep all my comments. I'm kind of a comment
I'll read it one more time. I'll read it one more time. So how do you delete the notification from a comment that has been deleted? You still have the notification in the bell icon, but the comment was deleted. Thanks for the
So do you want to retrieve it? I'm sorry, Dory, is that what you're?
No, it sounds like the question is, so somebody made a comment, and so it gave us a notification in the bell up top there. So it's either seven notifications, but then the comment was deleted, but it still says 7 notifications.
Huh.
Well, you know, that's a good question. You know, the goal, you know, the goal is to resolve it typically, right? Once you're done, you know, even if it's, you know, no, leave it as is, leave alone, right? You know, then you would go in and you would, you know, you would go in and mark it as resolved. So it's still in there for archive purposes. If you want to come back to those resolved comments, you can come and see that. But I do see where it does give the ability to delete the comment.
Yeah, but you don't want to do that.
Yeah,
it makes sense. You want to turn off the notification once it's been resolved. That makes sense. That's a good question. Y'all fix that.
Yeah. Okay. I think there is a, yeah, because it shouldn't be, you know, and then yeah, it should, or it should remove from this if it has. So we'll look into that further for sure.
Oh, I love your delegating, Holly. It was like every question Holly answers, she's dancing in her chair. The one time she can't answer, it's like somebody fix this.
Somebody fix that.
All right, way to stump us, Brent. Thanks for the question.
Nice, good job.
Good
Yeah.
job, Brent. Marjorie's back with another question saying, is there a way we can make the collaborators only able to see active text? i.e., there are reasons we shut off certain content, and I'd rather just have it be invisible to some of our consultants rather than have it
Yeah, good question.
commenting on it. Fantastic question.
So when you set up to invite someone, you can set it up that way. Because we've had some problems with some people who are like, oh, it's too much, I only want to see. So you can set it to active view, but you can also, when you invite your collaborators, you can also set it up where they only see active text.
Beautiful. I assume Alex is about to walk us through that. Share active views only. Fantastic, Marjorie. That should answer your question there. And we are getting tech help from all ends of things here. So I want to circle back to the question about clearing notifications.
Ooh.
And I am going to read what I've got on my screen here that says, we will be rolling out the ability to clear/manage notifications from the notifications panel in the upcoming release, which is about mid-September. Users will be able to delete notifications, mark them as read, unread, etc. All notifications will be auto-deleted after 30 days. So we are 7 weeks away-ish. Don't quote me.
They already did fix it. Woo!
It's fixed?
Well, they're fixing it.
Oh,
they have to fix it. They're already on it.
Mid-September already. No, okay. So yeah, they're on it. It's obviously been on the radar then. And yeah, mid-September, we can look forward to.
I'm glad that question was asked, so you could say, hey, this is coming. Awesome, I can't wait.
So Pamela is asking, how does everybody know Holly's email but me? Pamela, we are going to share Holly's email with everyone at the end of this session here. And I don't even know Holly's email, so we're in this together.
Yes, you do.
So. Well, not off the top of my head. I just start typing and then it pops up.
Right.
So yes, Pamela, you will get that in about 20 minutes or so. This is going good. There's some. I like Holly's stumped face. It's a good one.
Oh, rude. He thinks about this to try to do this every time.
Well, because you bring this swagger every other Wednesday when we do this, and you're like, come on, come on.
Yeah. And well, so, I love using the software, and I like knowing how to do everything. So yeah.
We've got another comment here, or a question here. I'm sorry, it's a very short question that says, can I prioritize the comments? So maybe there's a comment that's like, it's not critical, and maybe there's something that like has to be done before we issue a review set tomorrow or something like that. Alex, can you show us how to prioritize a comment?
Totally. So yeah, when you're in the commenting space, you have the opportunity here at the very top left of the comment. Sorry, I've got this little thing in my way on the, okay, let me go back up. So you can mark right here at the top left, this little gray bar. Ooh. You can do critical, high, medium, low.
Beautiful.
Okay, then you can also add, if you want it to be a draft, open, pending, in progress, ready for review, in review, rejected, or resolved.
That's pretty new. That in the last couple of updates, this was a game changer for me, honestly. I really like that.
Okay.
Turn everything red. High priority.
You just default it to the red with flames on each side.
Yeah,
exactly. We are going to, so Emily, who had commented earlier about the comments per day versus per comment, I just got clarification from Emily on that question, and it's even smarter than the original question. The clarification was, instead of getting an email for every comment, can it be an email once per day with all the comments in it? So if somebody makes 10 comments on a spec, she's getting 10 emails. The question is, can I just get one email at the end of the day so that I know, so that it's all in one spot and easier to manage?
That's a great question. I don't think you can do that right now, but that would be awesome.
Alex, what do you know from your end?
I mean, outside of the commenting report, I don't know that we have something, a pencil that's sharpened to that degree yet.
Oh, great metaphor.
Well, and that's why these discussions are so great, because
Yeah.
when people ask, well, what about this? What about this? I'm like, oh, I didn't even think about that. Hey, you know, and that's the thing about SpecLink that's so great is they listen and they're very responsive and they pay attention to the requests of their clients. I mean, I feel like this update where you can prioritize and where you can send the emails and notify people, this was based on comments and requests from you know, users like myself. So I mean, that's a great question. Now I want that too.
Well, all right, so we're trying to get some answers in real time here. So regarding Emily's question, we have considered a daily/weekly summary as part of our roadmap. However, we don't intend to roll this out until the release later on in the winter. So Emily, it is on the radar, and thank you, Nish, for the update and the support. I feel like I'm in like some sort of government bunker here. I've got windows and monitors everywhere, reading things, but it's really, really good to have that support. So Emily, you can look forward to that later in the winter.
Yay, I'm excited.
It's for Emily, Holly.
All of us.
Come on, Dory, collaborate here.
Okay. I forgot. I need to put the title, like collaborate, the weekly title to remind me to play nice. Okay. Can you put links to a OneDrive location in the comments? Dawn is asking this question.
I haven't tried that before. I know you can put it in the notes. Let's check and see.
Yeah, notes for sure. Don't think we have here, but you could definitely add a note and ask them to refer to the link in the note. So again, the notes are over here. You can add notes, you can add hyperlinks. Okay, and those are then saved.
I would suppose currently a work around that would be to say check the notes pane, or here's the website, go to this website. I mean, just kind of have to work around it a little bit, but you could do that. You could do it that way. You can put also, I would assume that in the inline notes, I've put links, live links in the inline notes in the body of the document also. I mean, your reference standards are links, live links also in the body of the document. So I mean, you could put it in the body of the document also.
So that may be something that we can consider adding. So
the answer we're getting here is yes, one can drop URLs, but we need to sanitize them as part of our cybersecurity protocol, and hence they're unclickable. The workaround is to just copy and paste the URL in a browser of your choosing.
Yep.
It goes from like 12:15 to like 12:45 in like a second. I feel like once we get momentum, we just keep moving faster here, and we've got some a really great question, a few more great questions that we got to get to. And guys, I want to tell everybody that all the questions are documented from our end. So if we don't get to every question, we will try to work that into our question list for the next SpecTalk. So we're keeping with the momentum here. So Jordan is asking, right now, it is my understanding that only one person can be in a document at the same time. Have there been any discussions about allowing multiple collaborators to access the same document at one time for real-time collaboration?
That would be so awesome. Let's do it.
Well, this is your time to yell at somebody, Holly, and say, somebody get on it.
Yeah, somebody do that. Somebody fix that. That question comes up a lot, and I'm sure I'm sure they probably have that on the roadmap. I know this question has come up, and as responsive as SpecLink is to their clients, I'm sure they're talking about it. I'm answering for you, Nish. Are you listening, Nish? I'm answering for you.
The question was, when will we get to have multiple people working in the same SpecLink file? And that's, Holly, how big would a project have to be to need 2 people to work on it?
You always need more than one person to work on it.
Even more than one, Holly?
Oh, yes. Hey, I collaborate with my team all the time. Of course. You
Okay.
always want to have, you always want to have people to be able to, work on things and do things at the same time. Yeah.
Okay. So Emily is back. We're just not going to stop.
Emily, she's on fire today.
This is. I wish I had a ribbon. So it's more suggestions on the comments. I think Emily's getting too many comments, comment emails per day. And the suggestion is, or like a send comments once review is complete, option to send comment individually or send once review is complete. What about line numbering? Some owners like that. I think that's a separate question. So yeah, Emily's, it seems like where Emily could use a little bit of extra support in the software is limiting the flood of emails that come in if there are a lot of comments that are being made on the project. And I value that.
I would think that you would turn off the email notification in that instance, and then just continue the comments, and then at the end of the day, print the report and sort them by date and time. I mean, that's a workaround. That's a way to work around that. You would have a separate Excel sheet, but the comments, you could still see the comments in the document. But I would just say turn the email notification off, and then at the end of the day, at discussed period of time, just export. That's what I would do.
Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty strong workaround. But
then Holly, is that in the summary info box? Just for, do you know? We'll find out. But the email notifications being turned off, that may be in the sharing settings, but
it's in the share section.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. More questions coming in here. So, Don, if you are adding, okay, Don is asking, DON, so different Don now. If you are adding new sections to a sections related requirements article to a project section, does SpecLink add the link to those sections automatically?
No, you link.
There you go.
You would link those. It only takes a sec.
Is Alex demonstrating?
Yes.
Thank you, Alex.
Alex, he's an awesome demonstrator. Because like Dory and I just like, right?
I don't sound like that.
Yeah, so just kind of type that in right there.
Okay, 32. So, yep. And I have an answer on the concurrent working environment for us. So.
Oh, yay.
Yeah. So once Alex is done showing us what he's got to show us.
Well, give me just a minute.
Okay, then I'll read the answer to that previous question. Yeah, so the answer I've got here is concurrent edits or collaboration turbocharged is one of the most important features that we are actively working on. We are working on the same, however, we are working with baby steps and rolling out a lightweight version of concurrent sessions with only one user being able to check the section out and make edits, whereas others can transition into a comment only or read only mode. So as I'm reading it, it's definitely in the works, and it's something that users can look forward to. I mean, we're not going to hoard this. Once it's ready, we're going to let it out. So, and I know the team is working extremely hard to make sure that these, especially if they've started these features already, that I know they're going to keep steamrolling until they're ready. So thank you Nish, for that answer.
See, I told you Nish would know.
We need, that would be a good t-shirt too. Just some Nish knows.
Nish knows.
Nish knows. What would Nish do?
Nish,
Or what is Nish working on?
I don't know if I'm excited or afraid of the next message that Nish is going to send me right now. So,
Well, in the meantime, I just wanted to make sure and show I did create a cross link. So it's just a matter of adding that section related requirement. In the links menu, you can create what's called a cross section link. So when I turn on this paragraph 16 here, it's going to go in and automatically turn on my concrete reinforcing. So just kind of come full circle on that piece.
Okay, here's another, this is a really interesting question from Marjorie that says, our sections get stuck saying that somebody is in them and has them locked. I just have to go through a project and find an open and close sections that our intern from summer 2023 still had open. Why does this happen? And can SpecLink make us a button to summarily kick everyone out of the entire project?
I can answer why it happens. That's because people are not logging out of the project correctly. Okay, so typically our first instinct when we log out is to go up to the top right and click the X and log out just like you log out on everything else. But you have to use the SpecLink process to log out, is like back out to the main branch and then click the little circle with your initials. And that is an education kind of piece that everybody needs to learn how to log out correctly, because my habit as well is to click the X, you know, just like I'm logging out of any website. But that causes problems. So that's my answer to that part of the question.
Okay. So it's just, it's a simple matter
Education.
of knowing, yeah, education. We are getting another comment, another answer here. Yes, regarding the locking out issue, says, yes, we are aware of this issue. We are resolving this lock behavior with the introduction of the read-only mode as part of our next release mid-September. I'm starting to see that people don't want to miss the mid-September release.
I know. I can't wait to see it. Sounds like it's going to be a game changer again.
Just in time for my birthday, Holly, and I'd like you to write that down and just you know, nothing big, couple $100. Oh. So there's another question here that says, we've shared some files with collaborators with printing disabled, but they were somehow able to get around that and print anyway. How can we prevent this?
Well, it's kind of like, you know, sending a locked PDF. You know, people are gonna figure out how to do it, right? You know, if they want to do it bad enough, they'll figure it out.
All right. Not only do I love when we do these and we answer each other's questions, but now we have viewers solving other viewers' problems. So this is really interesting because Jordan has chimed in and said, for Emily, the email notifications are under the settings tab, not the share function.
Right.
So we will communicate with, we'll play third-party communicator here and making sure everybody gets the information.
Holly, can you tag a whole section as non-printable? I don't know if that's.
I don't know. I would assume so. Yeah, do NP, not NS. Yeah, look.
Yeah, try to print me now, right?
Ooh.
Try to print me now. Today's full of good one-liners. I like this.
Oh, that was a good one. That was a good solution, sir. I like that. So I think you can still select though, right? So there's a difference between non-selectable and non-printable. If you do the non-printable, you can't print, but I think you can still select. Yes, perfect. But if you do NS, the non-selectable, you can't print or select.
Right.
So make sure that you understand the difference between those two tags. Ha ha ha.
Look
Nice.
at you guys. I'm so proud of you two.
That
This
was a
is so
great
good.
that was a great solution, sir.
Try
So
to prep me now.
Somebody's got to rewatch this recording and just extract one-liners. So we've got, I mean, we have like 60 seconds left. I'm happy to keep going if everybody else has a couple extra minutes they want to keep rolling with here. Loretta's got a question about Alex's workflow here. The question is there a reason Alex didn't use the document manager to add the concrete spec when he was demonstrating adding links to other sections?
I was gonna ask that too, girl.
They're ganging up on you, Alex.
That was not the way I would have linked it. But just keep in mind that
Really?
there's always more than one way to do a link.
Most of the things I've ever learned in my life are from watching somebody else doing something and saying, "Wait, what did you just do there?" So I love these sort of serendipitous things. Alex, you wanna run through that so Holly can yell at you?
He did it
Yeah,
kind of a
totally.
weird process, but it totally worked, right?
So what would you do, Holly? I'm not
Well, I just
familiar
go
with
to
the
the
other
sequence.
options.
I just go to the sequence manager and click link and drag and click. So hit link, okay, and then you're gonna drag it over. Click that little link there, yeah, and then drag your line over, okay, and then click to add the target link, because you added a lot of extra steps. Do cross section, okay, and I'm kind of a control freak, so I always make my link color on cross section links. I always make my link color yellow, so that I can decide, so that I can have control over whether or not I want to include stuff. That's just me. Okay.
The
and
yellow
then,
for everybody listening is sort of a suggestion versus the green being an automatic turn on of information. So okay, from here, what would Holly do for you?
Click the one that you want.
Okay.
And then drag your sequence 00. Okay. Save. And go. That's what yeah.
Okay.
So I was watching what you were doing. I was like, what is he doing? But I mean, the way you did it worked. So, you know. I think you can also click in the links section, see where all the links are. You can also click there and do it from there too, rather than using the tab. So there's always different ways to do things. I think one of the important things to remember is get in there and play with it, and see what you can make it do. And then when somebody asks a question, other people go, "Hey, here's the way I did it." So.
And I'm going to run with a couple of last things here at the end that I want to make sure we get in before everybody's got to get going. So we've got another answer about the printing enforcement here, and that is SpecLink. SpecLink Cloud enforces print restrictions as part of the share permissions. The collaborator might have employed the Control-P print option native to their internet browser to extract the content. However, I would love to discuss the specific issue with the user impacted by this behavior, and we would be grateful if the user can share their contact details.
Is that a Nish wants to know?
Nish, he doesn't want to know, he knows. No. Yes, that is. Okay, Nish wants to help. Nish does want to help. Nish is helping. We've got another question here about something that I wasn't aware of. It says we used to have lots of SpecLink users solving each other's problems, but SpecLink took away the interactive user forum. Is it ever coming back?
Is that a Nish question?
It doesn't sound like it's a Dory, Holly, or Alex question.
No.
So if anybody else is listening, Nish is typing here, so we'll get to that.
Okay, Nish knows.
Nish knows.
Okay, so Jerry, I see your email here. Thank you so much, and we will make sure that I'm going to send this back to Nish right now. Okay, so Nish, that's for you there to follow up with Jerry about the printing issue there. So you guys can continue that conversation. Jerry, no problem. No problem. I was just in touch with your office yesterday, actually, so that's really cool. Loretta's saying I use the document manager at the right to add section names. Saves time typing and you won't get typos.
Yes, you can do that. That's also
How's
how
that sound
I.
to you users?
So Alex, when he put the section that he wanted to cross section link, he typed it in rather than going to document manager and clicking on the sections that were already populated and drag it over. That way it's live, and when you do it that way, it also it becomes a global term, I believe, and when you do it that way, then it also, if you change the name of the section, it will automatically change it everywhere.
Okay, so we are looking to basically use a global term for the.
So when you typed in your section to link, you typed it in. Okay.
Okay, right. Versus.
Okay, so versus, give me a new line. Versus, like over there on document manager, click on the document manager. Okay, and then click on choices. And click the little, there you go. Just click one of those. And okay, and then click the plus sign. Okay, and you're gonna click section ID. Okay, and now you can either include the section name and title or just the number. Okay, and then pick the one that you want to use. Well, you have to type the number in, or you can search. So start typing in 03 20 whatever. Okay, and there it is.
Perfect.
So now you're gonna drag that over. Okay. There we go. So now what happens is on that one, if you change the name or the number of that section in your tree, it will automatically change it anywhere where you mention it. And then you can link it from there.
Perfect.
We are just about to wrap up here, guys. I know it's sad, but let me give one more answer here before we wrap it up, because there has been a few people that have been on fire today, and Nish is one of the people that is on fire. So regarding the SpecLink community, Nish knows. Nish really knows. Regarding the SpecLink community and giving them a forum where they can discuss amongst themselves on how to solve some challenges. The answer is we also appreciate our awesome users for oh, hold on, did I lose the main one? We apologize for the community being taken down. We had to take it down as we were transitioning from one vendor to another. We do intend to stand up the community shortly in a more interactive manner over the next couple of months. Please stay tuned for an update. This is all pointing at September, guys. And I'm not to put pressure on the September thing, but a couple of months is September. It could be a big month here at SpecLink.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
We are also, hold on, he keeps going. Hold on.
Oh, there's more.
But wait.
Oh, wait, more.
We also appreciate our awesome users for developing their own communities on CSI, Reddit, etc., and willing to develop a thriving ecosystem. We try our best to respond to your queries in the interim on these forums as well. Our customer support team is always happy to help you. So that is fantastic. This has been, I love these guys. These are really, really good. They're fun. I love how we start kind of in one direction, and then once the viewer questions start flying in, and then we just embrace it all, and we get answers. We get results. Holly, you get results. Alex, you get results. Me, I talk in between the results. But it's a great community here. I want to make sure that everybody joins us for the next one. So it's not next Wednesday, it's the Wednesday after. So August 7th.
It's a big one.
It's a big, wait, you're saying one is better than the other?
Oh, well, this one's a big one.
Okay.
Just wait. Tell us what we're gonna hear.
We're going to announce that. Just keep an eye on your emails, because we're going to send out the email invitations that are going to provide a little more information on the next one. But that'll be Wednesday, August 7th at noon Eastern time. So do your math from there. We're all in Eastern time zone, so that's what we've got for you. But otherwise, Alex and Holly, very well done. Excellent.
Thank you, sir.
Excellent, excellent round here. It's we've gone over by a lot, but that's okay. I think everybody got a lot of good value out of today, and I'm all ready. I'm going to get my rest and make sure I'm ready to go in 2 weeks from now and keep the energy high and keep the questions
Oh,
going.
it's going to be a hot topic. Yeah.
Thanks to Holly, thanks to Alex, thanks to Nish and AK on the back end for feeding us answers while we're up here doing our best to answer viewer questions. So yeah, any closing comments, guys? Anything you want to say before we wrap?
No, I was just going to say thank you both. We really appreciate everybody's time as well here on the line. Just as a quick reminder, we do offer a 14-day free trial. So we hope to have a lot of customers, maybe some new potential prospects as well. So if you are interested, just feel free to scan this barcode that you see on the screen, and it will give you access to our contact page. We'll get a quick convo going with you. We'll get you set up with a 14-day trial. We can set that up for one person or 100 people. So we are here to sort of help you navigate your specification software writing needs. We've also got Holly Jordan's contact information as well. And, you know, Holly can assist you with any sort of spec writing or consulting needs that you may have for your projects or for any office master creation. So we will also send out a quick post-webinar survey as we do each week or each other week. And that is an opportunity where you can ask us additional questions, and we'll get back to you on those questions. If you have any suggestions for, it sounds like our next SpecTalk topic is locked in and loaded. We'll be getting that out soon with those details, but if you have other ideas, just let us know. We are more than happy to take those and run with them. So again, thank you all very, very much. We greatly appreciate the time and the interest.
And one last thing, that email address on the screen, hjordan, that's how you're going to get your free cheat sheet from Holly. Right. So that's the one you got to email. If you stuck around to the end, like we promised, that's your email address to get your free cheat sheet from Holly. Fantastic work today, guys. Absolutely love this. Way to go.
Good questions today. Awesome.
Great questions today.
Yeah.
Imagine in 2 weeks from now.
Oh, yeah. That's yeah.
Yeah. Sleep well the night before.
It's a hot topic. Yeah.
All right. Pleasure chatting with you guys as always, and I'll look forward to the next one.
All right.
Have a good one, everybody.